Hey everyone. So it's the end of 2022, and I think it's about that time to do another channel update video. The last one was over a year ago now, and since then the channel has grown from having, I think about 20k subscribers then to having around 32,000 by the time this video gets released. So pretty good channel growth, especially considering I've spent the entire year just making Command and Conquer lore videos. So as far as the future of the channel, I'm still going to be continuing the Tiberium lore series. I've still got about 15 to 20 more videos that I plan to do for the series, and those will be covering topics like GDI's Navy, the Brotherhood of Nods, bikes and buggies, the infantry and armor units for each faction, their support buildings and powers, defensive structures, and a few other topics along those lines. Now, one thing that I do want to start doing next year is making some videos that are not Command & Conquer related, and there are primarily two reasons for that. The first is that while CNC is my favorite RTS series, it's not the only RTS that I like playing. In fact, I'm not even strictly an RTS gamer. I like to play a variety of games, though the genres that I tend to stick to most are strategy, FPS, and RPG games. So anyway, I've pretty much reached a point where doing videos within the same game series back to back to back is starting to get pretty monotonous, and in general, I'd like for my channel to have a little more variety to it. The CNC series will still be the primary series on the channel, but I would like to make other kinds of similar lore type videos in between the CNC ones. So say something like, for every couple of CNC videos, there would be a non-CNC one. As to specifically what the non-CNC videos would be, I'm not entirely sure yet. I've got a few ideas in my head related to other older classic games, though I think CNC already fulfills that sort of nostalgia gaming aspect of my channel. But at the same time, there aren't that many new games coming out anytime soon that really interest me, so the channel will probably still be more of a nostalgia gaming focused channel for a while. But based off the results of the poll I did over on my community tab a couple of weeks ago regarding which fictional game genres you guys in my audience are most interested in, science fiction won out pretty handily. Sci-fi is a pretty broad genre though, since it encompasses post-apocalyptic settings, dystopian, space opera, alternate history, etc. So there are a lot of possibilities there for content that I could cover. By the way, those poll images were not meant to be taken literally. I just chose them loosely based off each category, and it was the first time I used that new image poll feature, which apparently limits text to 14 characters, which was frustrating as I would have mentioned more game examples next to the images. Okay, so the second reason why I'd like to make other content is that it's generally not a good idea to have all your eggs in one basket. And right now, all of my eggs are in the Command & Conquer basket. The reason this is a concern for me is what happened, I think about a year or two ago, when Games Workshop released this non-disclosure agreement that pretty much ended up screwing over a lot of dedicated Warhammer channels here on YouTube. Especially those that were doing fan animations. Now, I don't think that NDA had much effect on gaming or lore-related Warhammer channels, but either way, that incident got me thinking, what if Electronic Arts were to do something similar? I mean, it's very unlikely they would do something like that, and it would be a terrible decision for them to do so, considering the amount of criticism they'd get, but it's still a possibility. In fact, it's a possibility for any of these major game publishers, whether it's EA, Activision Blizzard, Ubisoft, etc., to make an NDA like that, or to update their terms of service in regards to content creators monetizing, content related to their games. Again, I highly doubt they would do such a thing since content creators provide a bunch of free advertising for these companies' games by making videos about them, but it's still one of those concerns that pops into my mind every now and then. So basically, I think it's a good idea to have other video series on the channel so that I'm not completely reliant on CNC. Really though, the only way to be truly unconcerned about whether or not a content creator can keep making these kinds of story and lore related videos without being hit by a copyright or potential future NDA is to just create your own content. And I mean literally make your own custom fictional IP or video game, which is definitely not easy. Though, I do wonder if any content creator has successfully pulled that off. Like, literally made their own IP, presented it as a series of videos on YouTube, and generated enough interest in it to turn into a game or novel, I guess. Probably someone has done that, and I just don't know about it. One last thing. I know a few of the future Tiberium lore videos are going to be quite long, so that's why I wanted to know what length of videos you guys preferred watching on my channel. I wanted to see if you preferred to watch a single long video, or if you'd rather those longer topics be split into 2 or 3 shorter videos. As an example, I could either do a single hour-long video, or I could split that hour up into 2 30-minute videos instead. But I gotta say, I was surprised that most of you didn't care that much about video length. So long as there was content, you would watch it. I was also surprised to see that videos longer than 30 minutes was the second highest voted option in that poll. So I think what I'll do moving forward when it comes to longer topics is to keep the maximum length of the video at about an hour, as I myself don't usually like watching YouTube videos that are longer than an hour. And none of the future topics should themselves go much longer than that either. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this channel update. This will probably be the last video of 2022, since I've got a good deal of IRL stuff I have to take care of this month. So I'll just end it off by saying thank you to everyone for watching my videos and hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, you know, all that good stuff. I also want to thank all those who support me directly through Patreon. I don't plug the Patreon as much as I probably should, but it is the best way to support the channel, as YouTube ad revenue is, well, not the most reliable, and I don't currently use any sponsors either, so support through Patreon is always appreciated. If you have any other questions, concerns, or suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Alright, I will hopefully see you guys next month with a brand new video. Have a good day.